Malcolm should never have been killed. No, he should not have been killed. God permitted it, but it's wrong, brother and sister, for any of you to think about taking your people's life. You didn't create it. You show that you're a disbeliever in the God. Though Master Farad Muhammad has grown into that kind of knowledge by the permission of the originator, he comes into it. You understand? Yes, he is a God, a great God, and a mighty God. And he's a sign to you and me of the power that is in man if man submits. This man that is on scene today got juice. He is heavy. I mean, he said that the white man is so insignificant to him that he wouldn't trouble himself with the white man. Just so insignificant. He said to prove what he has come into the knowledge of, he'll take a slave right out from the foot of the white man and give him power to destroy his civilization. And that's the whole messianic mission, to raise one man from among a people that are no people at all and give him juice and make him a judge. And that's the story of the Jesus. Born of a woman, a natural human being, suffered all the vicissitudes of life, but he overcomes and he overcomes, and he finally has a battle with death, and he overcomes death, and then he's resurrected and ascended. Don't look at it spookily. Resurrected only means he takes it in the form of a human being, and he suffers at the hands of his enemies, and then God brings him back from what appears to be death. But he didn't die. He didn't die. He did not die. If you read the Bible, it didn't tell you he died. The Bible uses the term dead and buried. But when he was on that cross, he prayed to the Father. Go and read it. And he prayed to the Father that the Father would hear his cry and spare him. And the scripture says the Father heard his prayer. Heard his prayer. That means I hear you. And I will deliver you from this. But you just go through it, and by going through that, I am glorified. Because when you go through death and then conquer that force, then in conquering the force that appears to have overcome you, I am glorified in your going through it. I know it's painful, but go through it anyway. I say this to the Hebrew Israelites, and I say this to the membership of the Nation of Islam. You're going through something now that's like a death. It's painful, it's awful suffering, but go through it, because how else can God be glorified? You gotta go through it. I gotta go through it. I'm ready, man. I'm like a horse in the stall, you know what I mean? Can't wait for the gate to be open. I want him to come and get me. Because I just want God to show his power. I don't have none. But whatsoever he allowed me to do, it's what I do. But I don't have no juice on my own. But if they lay their hands on me, and they'll be so happy, I can see the Jews rejoicing. We got him now. Hell you do. You don't have me.
What if someone stood before America and didn't just claim to have a message from God, but claimed to have been taken somewhere, not metaphorically, not spiritually in a poetic sense, but transported? In this powerful and rare message about the wheel and the last days, Louis Farrakhan makes one of the boldest declarations of his ministry. He says that on September 17th, 1985, he was taken up in what he described as a small circular craft to a massive mother wheel in the sky. A wheel long taught about by Elijah Muhammad. And there, after 10 years of silence, he says he heard Elijah Muhammad's voice again, not giving general inspiration, but warning him about a specific plan by the United States government to wage war against a certain people, in a certain place, at a certain time. He admits the details weren't fully clear, but he says something was placed inside him that night, like a scroll unrolling in his mind, knowledge that would unfold later, in real time. Now pause. This isn't casual preaching. This is a prophetic confrontation. This is a man saying, watch me, observe me, and study what happens next. Because according to Farrakhan, something bigger than politics, bigger than religion, bigger than America itself, was already in motion.
You may read the paper, they arrested Farrakhan. Hey, it's going to be a new day there, buddy. Oh, yes, sir. And the jail will rejoice. They say, our man is here. They say, I heard they got our man. They better not, you know how they going to say it. Better not mess with the ministry. And in the streets will be talking.
Yeah.
Come on and arrest me. Do what you want to do with me. I'm here for you. And all you jive time hypocrites that hang around. I don't dislike you. I just dislike the way you think. But there's something coming to you, brothers, sisters. Just like it was with Yakub. They'll arrest a few and they'll fill up the jails and they'll be all out in the streets. Stuff will be happening. And they'll have to come and make a deal. And let's make a deal with him. The old leadership is finished. With the masses of the people don't want them no more. The people are tired of faggots. Any homosexual in the audience, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about our faggot leadership. I'm talking about leaders that don't really care for the people. People are through with them. And if they don't straighten up, the people are going to kill them. Right. They're just sick of it. I don't say that you should harm them. I don't think you should. You know. Because you cannot do to anybody what God can do. In fact, I want all of you to get killing out of your mind. You talk killing people too much. It's true. When you don't like somebody, the first thing come in your mind, kill that nigga. Off that nigga. Somebody leave the kingdom or leave the nation and act a fool, I'll kill that nigga. Nigga ought to be killed. You just shut up. Cut that foolishness out. They ain't your people. The hell right you got to kill people you didn't produce. Keep your damn hands off these people. If they don't attack you, leave them alone. You scared of them or something? What the hell can they say to hurt the kingdom of God? Unless you don't believe. If you're in the kingdom and don't believe you're in the kingdom, that's a different story. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You can't hurt God's work with your mouth. Go ahead. Come on. As long as nobody attack you physically, leave your people alone. Stop talking about killing your people. The most ignorant of them may turn out to be better than you. The most wicked of them may turn out to be better than you who think you're so righteous. Malcolm should never have been killed. No, he should not have been killed. God permitted it, but it's wrong, brother and sister, for any of you to think about taking your people's life. You didn't create it. You show that you're a disbeliever in the God. If any one of you rebel against me and go out and speak evil against me and whatnot, I don't pay you no attention. People come to me, I think so-and-so ought to be killed. I said, for what? What you gonna kill him for? Something he's saying that's upsetting you? Well, he talking about you. Well, if he talking about me, then I should be the one upset. And if I'm not upset, what right are you to be upset?
That's right.
I love our people, brother and sister. I hate to see funerals. People have done me wrong. Still do it. That's on you. That ain't on me. But I don't think anyone should go take another human being's life that can be redeemed. You don't have that right. However, now see, when you rape a little 14-year-old girl and kill that child who had a right to live, then you should die. I don't believe in feeding your rusty behind in no damn jail. Go ahead. See, there's a difference here.
Yes.
Because when people offend you, go against principles of righteousness and decency, speak against and work against a divine teacher, that's one thing. Because we know if God is in it, they can't affect that word. But to go and take a little 14-year-old girl who has a right to live and rape her and kill her, and then you just get a little time in jail and then say you met God and you got converted, see, you know, you will meet him fast.
Right. Right.
See, your people got a right to live. You do not have a right to sell death to your people for profit. You don't have a right to sell crack. Because you're killing your people in the name of their ignorance. See? This is why Lenny Bias is dead now. Lenny Bias is dead as an example to you. That he is a beautiful, strong, magnificent brother of ours, God-fearing, about to be super successful, and somebody says, see, this nigga's going to the top, and he gonna make a lot of money, and if we can expose him to this, we'll tie right on into the big money that this cat is making. So the moment you see a rose, look for the weed that's there to choke the rose out. See? At the proper time, God separated the wheat from the tare and burnt that weed that would choke his rose or choke the wheat. There's coming a time, and it's not too far away, when those of you that love to kill your people will be killed outright. We will not have no mercy on you because you have called for death by what you do to your people. Do you hear me? That's coming. We don't build prison houses. We don't build no jails. No jail. You reform in the streets. You reform in your home. But we in the nation are not building no prisons for righteous people to pay for your rehabilitation. We will rehabilitate you overnight. That's the other side of that. But for you to go out and take judgment into your own hands is wrong. Because most of us who judge don't have a complete knowledge of facts. And we judge so superficially. This is why judgment is put in the hand of one who has been trained by God to do it. And that's not me, and it's certainly not you. Is that clear? Yes. Now I can end this.
Now this is where it stops being mysterious or prun and starts becoming direct. Because after describing the vision, Louis Farrakhan doesn't soften the claim. Rather, he doubles down. He says from that night forward, he became conscious, not just of a message, but of the wheel itself. Not symbolic, not imaginary, conscious of it, present and active. And then he makes a statement that stunned critics. He says everywhere he travelled on his 50,000-mile journey across Africa and the Middle East, the wheel followed him. Ghana, Nigeria, Libya. He even suggests that during rising tensions in the Mediterranean, when US military power was flexing, something interfered. Electronic systems disrupted. Aircraft carriers were forced to retreat. Reports later surfaced of a bright yellowish-orange object seen in the sky. Is that a coincidence? Or protection? Then comes the line that shifts this from theology to geopolitical warning. He says, essentially, wherever I am, the wheel is, and he directs that message straight to President Ronald Reagan and his administration. You have no power today against what I am doing. That's not a symbolic language. That's a spiritual ultimatum wrapped in political tension, mercy, or the end of your civilization. Take your pick and leave it in the comments. Whether you see prophecy, confidence, or provocation, one thing is clear. Farrakhan wasn't just preaching about the last days. He was positioning himself inside them.
Beloved, why am I now among the Indians? Why? And is this in harmony with what Allah wishes? Or is this some personal, selfish thing that the minister is involved in? Let us go to the student enrollment, which every one of you have to study and recite before you can become a member of the Nation of Islam. And the student enrollment is called Rules of Islam. And a rule is a guiding principle. Since the old world of Islam is gradually dying a natural death, and a new world of Islam is coming up, there are guiding principles for the new world of Islam that are contained in the student enrollment. Since the Honorable Elijah Muhammad answered lesson number 1, student enrollment questions and answers were given by Master Farad Muhammad. But in lesson number 1 and lesson number 2, these are lessons that we were given to study as our assignment. These lessons were answered by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad when he was a baby in the knowledge. And he said, and it is written there, these answers are very near correct. Well, then. See, if you take a test and your answer is very near correct, you still fail. Because in mathematics, if the answer is 9 and you get 8.999, you were very near there, but you didn't make it, so that's called a failed answer.
Come on,
You didn't hear me? But we are made to study the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's answers to the first term examination assignment of Elijah Muhammad, so that you may at least come into the course that he came into, but you must understand that his answers were very near correct. And if he could answer those questions now, 40 years or nearly 45 years after he answered those, He would answer them so different, it would make your and my head spin, because he matured in the knowledge. And he told me, and many of you may have heard him say, that if he could answer the lessons now, he could write volumes on just the simple questions that he was asked by Master Farad Muhammad, his teacher. So that means that we must go back over the lessons. We must go back over the teachings. And God will reveal to us not answers that are very near correct, but he will reveal to us very precise answers. Because the nation of Islam is all wise and does everything right and exact and not very near correct. And if it is very near correct, it failed. And that's why the nation fell, because it was very near correct, but it wasn't. You hear what I'm saying? But if the nation is never to fall again, then it must be on a basis that is not very near correct, but correct, mathematically precise. And you have to go right back to the God and get precise with him. Because in him is the precision, in him is the mathematics, in him is the correctness. And when we get a correct relationship with him, then perfection can flow. You see that?
Yes, sir.
You know, beloved, y'all got a couple of minutes? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Look, you know how you say God in baby language? Come on. You know how you say God in baby language? Mama. Mama is God.
Right.
Wait a minute now. You say, some people ask the question, is God a female? Mm-hmm. My mama was. That was God to me. I don't know about you, but I believe I'm right. When you came from your mother's womb, you didn't call on the supreme creator of the universe. You didn't know he existed.
That's right. That's right.
You came out afraid and you cried, and that was your prayer. And the mighty God put someone right there out of his beneficence and mercy to answer your cry, and that one is called Mama. And when you cried, she took you to her breast and comforted you. And when you were hungry, she put her breast in your mouth out of the beneficence and mercy of a merciful creator, and you fed from that breast. And you became strong, and when you became afraid, you would say, Mama. You didn't say Allah. You didn't say Jesus. You didn't say Muhammad. You said Mama. God don't fault you for calling Mama, because Mama was his representative. Mama was his agent. But when you mature, if you worship the agent rather than him who gave you the agent, then you become wrong. Go ahead. Go ahead. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
You grow, and as you grow, you see fault in Mama. You say, oh, Mama's beautiful, but gee, I thought Mama knew everything. I find out Mama, don't know everything. I'm so grateful for Mama. You should never disrespect your mothers. Never, 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 never disrespect your mama. I don't care what your mama is. That's your mama. And you must honor and respect her. I don't care what your father is. You must honor and respect your fathers. Because without mama and father as agents of the creative process of the God, you don't come into existence.
That's right.
So if you smack your mama, that's like smacking God.
That's right.
You smack your daddy, that's like smacking God. Because you would have nothing that you have of life if mama wasn't there. And if daddy wasn't there. You say, well, my daddy's a drunkard. I don't care what he is. That's the agency that God used to produce sperm that was the essence of your life, and you ought to be grateful. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's very important, beloved, that on this level you understand that your parents are agents of the creative power of the God himself. You understand? He put in the nature of man a natural inclination to a woman. You didn't do it. The Creator did it. But it must be regulated. It must be controlled. It must not be a filthy thing. You see? He put in the nature of woman an inclination to the man. So when you get a certain age, the power of sex begins to grow in you. But it's a growth and a power that you experiment with, but it's a power that needs regulation. It needs control. It must not be your God. It must not overpower your development. You must develop ahead of the power of sex to be able to control the power of sex. And this is why God gives you parents to watch the children as this power develops, because they may not be able to handle it. You must guard them against themselves. Are you understanding me?
Yes.
When a woman falls in love with a man, that ain't you. That's God working in you. Because he created love and compassion between the male and the female. And when you say, I love you, basically, when you say that, it is your recognition of something valuable in this human being that God has placed there, and you are recognizing God, but you are loving an object that manifests his love. Listen now. Do you hear what I'm saying? But you are gradually growing up out of idolatry. But you first must see a physical thing, and you fall in love with a physical thing, and you must be moved by a physical thing that you can touch and feel and have a relationship with. But then you don't stop there. You must evolve until you don't need the physical anymore.
Come on, brother.
Because God is not necessarily only on a physical plane. He's on another level too. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, can you prove? Oh, sure.
Now here's where the story turns from warning to reassurance. Because after speaking about military tension and global surveillance, Louis Farrakhan shifts the focus to something even more disturbing. He says one day, people will look up over Chicago, over New York, and see them. Not lights, not swamp gas, not a drunken imagination, but craft. And he tells black people specifically, don't be afraid, they're your friends.
You dear sisters, I say this with so much love and respect for you, because you all been through a lot. But what you've been through, sisters, is to bring you closer to a reality that is not on a physical plane. Because men don't necessarily satisfy you anymore on a physical plane. It's very hard, dear brothers, but you will only be able to meet your woman again and rejoice in her again when you find God in your life, and God quickens the divine power of himself in you. Then you meet her again on another plane, because the plane that you meet her on is a plane that is so fleeting and so limited. If you meet her on the physical plane and please her on the physical plane, in a matter of days or hours or weeks or months, you get tired of her. And she tires of you. So there must be an elevation in our relationship. And that is not physical, it is spiritual.
Come on.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what I'm suggesting, dear brothers and sisters, is that you worship a physical thing. And God does not hold that against you, because it's part of the growth. Abraham was the beloved of God. And yet Abraham went out and saw a star, and he began to worship it. Said, this is my God. And then he saw the star set. He saw the moon set. Then he saw the sun set. And he said, oh no, none of these can I worship. See, but look how he grew. But yet he's a friend of God all the way along. He's growing. Then he says, I can only bow down to the power that produces these. Then he said, there is no God but Allah, and I am the first of those who submit. Isn't that wonderful? Well, look now, when Master Farad Muhammad appeared among us, there is no doubt in my mind that that majestic human being is the most magnificent human being on earth. How do I know that? I know that by what he produced. He produced a man in 3.5 years. How many can you produce like that? How? Look now, you go to college and you study 4 years and you get a BS degree. And that's about what it is. I don't mean that in vulgarity, a Bachelor of Science, of course. But a bachelor. And no bachelor is complete. You call yourself a bachelor, you're automatically not whole.
Come on, brother.
Because God didn't make you to be a monk. You have to complete the cycle. You must find a woman, brother. And all of you who have this homosexual tendency, no, wait. Listen. Brothers and sisters, I want to say this. Don't condemn people who have an area of sin that you are not guilty of, but you as sure as heck guilty in another. So you feel, well, I'm not a homosexual, so I'm better than him or her. But you're a fornicator or an adulterer or a drunkard or a thief or a dope seller. So don't throw off on somebody else because your area of sin is not what theirs is. Jesus said if you offend one law, you have offended them all. So ain't none of us any better than the other, okay? But those of us who are leaning toward homosexuality are involved in it. You know, there's a reason for it, brother and sister. And I'm not getting into that tonight. That's a whole subject that I would like to talk on one day and just teach the origin of this and how you can come out of it if you're in it. Because you should come out of it. Because these sisters are suffering from the lack of men. And then we got men that don't want to be men. Now that's a drag. You are helping to foster the imbalance. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a sister seeing a fine-looking man saying, ooh, I sure like that man, and get up close and say, hello, baby. I mean, that sister want to commit suicide. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't want to commit no suicide. I heard Gladys Knight last night sing, I will survive. Yeah. And you will survive, sister. I don't care how hard it gets, you will survive. But your joy now has come on a spiritual level. That's why women are filled in the church. Ain't too many men in there, but the church is full of women. Because women can't find manifestation, fulfillment on a physical plane. So they go to church, and even though Jesus is a man, they don't know him physically. They only know Jesus spiritually. And he satisfies their soul spiritually. See, waiting for you to grow up spiritually and physically so she can say like Mary said. When God said to Mary according to the Quran, you know, that you will bring forth a child. And she says, how can I have a child when no man has touched me? And Allah said it's easy. All I have to say is be. And it is. And the Spirit of God appeared unto Mary in the form of a well-made man. Not just a man, but he was well-made. See, because right now she's in the spirit and she's floating. She ain't grounded. She needs God's spirit in a well-made man. And so you got to hurry and get made again by God so you can build that family again, which is the source of strength of us as a people. And I say all of that to say that Master Farad Muhammad made a man in 3.5 years that to me, brother and sister, I don't worship the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but I love him so, so very, very much. Because without that agent, I could not have been nurtured into what I'm becoming. So I must be grateful to God for this agent of my growth. But if I bow down and worship this agent of my growth, if I did it in my infancy, God would still bless me because I'm a child. Yes. But Paul said, when I was a child, I spoke like one. I acted like one. I behaved like one because I thought like one. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That's right. That's right. And you must put away the worship of finite beings and worship the infinite. Otherwise, you let yourself in for disappointment. Though Master Farad Muhammad is the great Mahdi and God has grown him into powers that are greater than any human being that has been in existence. Still, he's a man, he was born, and he will die. So that's why you don't see an image nowhere of him. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad never put his image up in a mosque. And he really didn't care if you didn't have his picture. Because he don't want you bound down worshiping flesh. Because it's what is in the flesh that the flesh cannot contain, that when the flesh goes, that essence remains. Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever. And when we say praise, we honor and praise him for the work that he did, because that's a work that is done under the name of God, Muhammad. And it means one worthy of praise and one praise much. And the scriptures of the Bible said it's been a long time since there has been praise for a holy one. O-N-E, holy one. Master Farad Muhammad was a holy man who came to North America to awaken us. But in the rules of Islam that he gave us, I'm going to close at this point. In question number 3, he asked the question, what is the population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? And he gave the answer at that writing. The answer is 17 million. What else? Wait. Don't be sloppy with words. 17 million. What's the next word? With the 2 million Indians. I'm going to ask you to say that again. 17 million with. What does with mean? Oh, really? If you with me, what does that mean? You're not only in togetherness, you're in agreement. And agreement means accord, harmony, unity, oneness. With the 2 million Indians, making a total of what? 19 million in the wilderness of North America, 4,400,000,000 all over the planet Earth. There's that number 19. That means there's a secret there somewhere.
Now this is where Farrakhan takes the conversation out of the sky and brings it into scripture, because he anticipates the criticism. He knows people will say this sounds like science fiction, so he goes to the Bible Specifically, the book of Ezekiel. He reminds his audience that long before modern aircraft, long before radar, the prophet Ezekiel described seeing a wheel in the middle of a wheel, moving wherever the Spirit moved it, flashing fire, brilliant light, with eyes all around. And no one called Ezekiel crazy. They called it revelation. So Louis Farrakhan asks a bold question without asking it directly. If Ezekiel saw a wheel in the sky thousands of years ago, why is it impossible today? Then he takes it further. He says modern science is only now catching up to ancient prophecy. What was once a spiritual language is now becoming a technological reality. And this is the controversial pivot. He suggests that the so-called mystery of God isn't mystical fog, it's advanced knowledge, a civilization within a civilization, a power hidden in plain sight. And he insists that when the Bible speaks of the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power, we may have misunderstood what clouds meant. Now, whether you interpret that as metaphor, misinterpretation, or radical rereading of Scripture, one thing is undeniable. Farrakhan is reframing prophecy as present tense. Not the future, not symbolic, not distant, but active. And if that's true, then the last days aren't just about catastrophe. They're about unveiling. Something long spoken of, finally being seen.
Now, you know when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was among us, and I hear the son of our beloved leader and teacher in the audience, I hear his voice. I have not seen his face, but I hear his voice. He knows that when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was among us, he used to talk about the Indians. And at a certain point, when he moved to Phoenix and set up the property there, there was a little home that Louis Jordan once lived in that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad bought, but he told certain ones that from that house, he would deal with the Indians. And there were several chiefs of the Hopi, Navajo, and other Indians that met with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he wrote articles in the paper about the Indians, just dropped things out there. Now I just say this and we go home today, but we're going to continue this subject Wednesday night. I'll be right back. I ain't leaving you again for a long time. I'm so thankful for you, because I thought maybe you would begin to think I don't love you, that I'm always here and gone. You know, so I have to spend time, because we have to make corrections on everything and everybody, because our people are ready and we are not. We are not ready to receive them, though they are ready to come. You see? So we got to make these corrections to get ourselves ready, because the time is at hand. Now, beloved, look. Oh, God, where was I? Yes. So if the 17 million are joined with the 2 million Indians, making a total of 19 million, it's telling you in the number 17, in the number 2, and in the number 3, which is the question and answer, there's a lot of secret knowledge there that has to be understood. First, the unity is not going to take place except under a trial. That's why it's number 3. And anytime you bring people together who have been separated for long periods of time, there's always a trial in that coming together. Even when you, sister, find a man that you think you love, or you find a woman that you think you love, you don't know what it is until you come together with the party. And when that with takes place, that's when trials take place also. And before you know it, the marriage is being rocked, the unity is being rocked. And you say, oh hell, I'll give this up. But you may give up a good marriage because you're too hasty to divorce, because you want everything in a fairy tale manner. You have a fairy tale mentality about life. There is no with that does not mean a trial. All with, all together, all harmony, all accord, all unity is based on a trial. Did you hear me? Just us coming together as black folk, that's a trial. We can't come together with each other except we want to be tried. I'm tried by you, you tried by me. You say, I don't like that nigga. I like the way that nigga cut his hair. Nigga didn't smile at me this morning. Nigga didn't do this, nigga didn't do that. And you find every excuse to break apart from each other. This is why most of you only have a little small circle of friends. And they're not even real friends. They just circle of people that you hang with. You have a bottle of wine together, a reefer together, a little party together, but really you can't trust nobody that you with because you're not trustworthy yourself. Because in order to be with somebody, you got to undergo trial. And when you come through the trial, the with gets stronger. So you have 17 million with the 2 million. And in every with, there's a secret. Husbands and wives have secrets. Worst thing is when they keep them from each other. And that's why Samson said when he killed the Philistine, had you not plowed with my heifer, you would not have learned the secret of my riddle. Because the woman held the secret, but she divulged it to the enemy of her husband. You understand? I'm not getting no further into that. We got a lot of work to do on all these lessons, a lot of work to do. But look, 17 million with the 2 million Indians. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that the Indians rebelled against God 16,000 years ago and were exiled to this part of the earth. Did you know you were a rebel too? Do you think you catching all this hell because you righteous? I mean, have you thought about it? Say, God, we must have done something at some point in time. Why God just put it on us like this? And you did. See, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't want to talk too much on that because you were not strong enough at that time to accept the fact that you were worthy of what happened to you. Maybe you're strong enough now to accept the fact that your whipping is because you and I were a part of a rebellion against God. Your nose, your lips, your hair is a manifestation of rebellion. Yeah. I know the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told you that black is beautiful, but now let's deal with reality.
Come on, brother.
Black is beautiful, but rebellion is ugly. And it says God don't like ugly. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, there's the seed of real ugliness. And rebellion starts manifesting itself in your eyes, in your face, in your character. You begin to get uglier and uglier. Don't care what the outside looks like, the inside is rotting away with rebellion against God. One day I wrote the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and I was angry with God. And I couldn't tell nobody but him. So I told him I hated the scientists. He told us there were 24 of them. I said, I hate all of them. But I couldn't tell nobody else. If I'm a hypocrite, I want him to know it first, so he can protect me against myself. Because I'm a fool, So I said, I hate every one of them. Because our father Shabazz rebelled. And they didn't send us nobody. And we down in the jungles, just messing ourselves up, cutting our face, putting discs in our lips, elongating our heads. I mean, brothers and sisters, we've been messed up. I mean, I'm not mocking Africa. I'm not mocking the Isles of the Pacific. But that's the result of rebellion against God. You got black people on this earth who don't look like you and reject you. You're not only rejected of white people, you are rejected of all people. Nobody, everywhere I went in the world, don't nobody love this kinky-headed, thick-lipped, broad-nosed black person. And if God didn't love you, you through. Because everybody walks on the black man. Look now. And don't think us mixing with a few white folks, getting a little brighter in the skin or a little curl in the hair or a little less thickness in the lip or nose has made us any better in the eyes of the world. You just a nigger and the world don't love you. Nobody loves you. And the American black man is the most hated of all black people on the earth. Don't nobody want you. I mean, it has been that way. It's changing now. But you're the most hated of all. Yes, sir. Your brothers in the West Indies and sisters, they see you as worse than themselves. This is true. Any of my West Indian brothers and sisters are here, you know what I'm talking about. Because you come up from the islands, and in a few days, you got a little money, you got a home, you moving out. Here's a black man been here all these years complaining, and you say, what's wrong with him? Same spirit of the southern black brother and sister. They come up north, brother born in the north, he look at this brother come up from Bigfoot country. All of a sudden a person come up from Alabama and Mississippi shot by you like a rocket.
Yes, sir.
Because under oppression, they've learned that they have to go get it for themselves. And they come up and get it, and now Chicago is the most progressive city for black people anywhere in the world. And it's because Chicago is peopled by mostly people from the South, from Alabama and Mississippi. Sippy. The backwoods of Georgia. And you know suffering. And you come on up and you get it together. Is that right? Yes, sir. Beloved brother and sister, everybody turns their back on you. Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, other Africans, blacker than you, hair kinkier than yours, nose broader than yours. You don't see them associating with you. In fact, you stink in the nostrils of civilized people. No, nobody want to be with you because you don't really have no love for yourself or nobody else. But this is a result of rebellion. When I came to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I said, dear Apostle, he said, don't you ever write me no letter like that and send it through my secretaries. They're not able to handle what you put in that letter. You talk that direct to me. And I said, well, I'm just angry with them, dear Apostle, because 50,000 years is a long time to leave us out of the light. And then the Honorable Elijah Muhammad looked at me and said, brother, I didn't send you out there. He said, when our father rebelled, he justified in coming after you. You went out there, then stay out.
Yes.
And that's the way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was by his son, Imam Warithuddin. When he went out, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad almost turned his back completely. I didn't send you out there. You went out there. And when you go out there and you start suffering and they start whooping your behind, he still don't turn mercifully to you. He just wait on you to come back submissive. Because rebellion is ugly. Yes. Rebellion against the way of God is ugly. And God is not justified in coming after you when you rebel against him. He'll leave you out there generation after generation wallowing in the mud and filth of your rebellion. And then, out of his mercy, he will turn back to you because you are like a whore. Or you are a whore. Or we are whores. Excuse that language. But let me tell you something, brother. When a man loves a woman and give that woman everything that that woman needs. And then he come home and find her giving herself to another man. I mean, there's something in him. He goes berserk. He killed both of them.
Yes.
And then want to kill more because he ain't satisfied. I mean, stab her till ain't not, this life is out of her, but cut her up.
Amen.
Truth, brother.
Drag her down the street in pieces. I mean, people just go crazy like that.
That's the truth.
How do you think God feels? See, the scripture says in the Bible, it calls him a jealous God.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I brought you up, Israel. When you were in bondage to Pharaoh, I brought you up.
Come on, brother.
I made you a power right in the midst of Pharaoh. I delivered you out of the wilderness, out of Egypt into the wilderness, and I delivered you in the wilderness. And yet, when my servant went away, you forgot everything I taught you and went back into the muck and the mire and the mud, you rebellious whore.
Now, after the theology, after the prophecy, after the wheel in Ezekiel, Louis Farrakhan brings it back to something very much uncomfortable. Judgment. He makes it clear this isn't about fascination with lights in the sky. It's about accountability on the ground. He argues that whenever a nation reaches the height of its power, militarily, economically, or culturally, that's usually when it's closest to moral collapse. And he places America squarely inside that pattern. Not as an accident of history, but as a prophecy unfolding. He speaks of arrogance, of injustice, and of a system that rose through slavery, exploitation, and global dominance, now believing itself untouchable. And he warns no empire in history has ever been untouchable. Not Egypt, Rome, or Babylon. Power without righteousness always has an expiration date. And here's where it gets deeply personal. He says the presence of the wheel isn't just a threat to governments, it's a warning to people. Get yourself right, because when divine power moves, it doesn't just shake institutions, it exposes hearts. So this isn't just about America, it's about you. It's about me. It's about what survives when systems fall. And in Farrakhan's framing, the last days are not chaos for chaos's sake. They are separated, truth from deception, justice from oppression, alignment from rebellion. And the question he leaves hanging in the air is simple. When that separation comes, where will you stand?
I turned my back on you. And when God turned his back on you, it's like turning away the light of his inspiration from you. And you start wandering and becoming lower and lower and filthier and filthier and funkier and funkier and more low down. And you begin to see the worst part of yourself manifest because you are a rebel against God. And he don't have to turn back to you. And out of his mercy and love, he may send someone to turn you back toward him, that he may once again turn back towards you. And the same thing that happened to you, black man, for your rebellion 50,000 years ago, and my rebellion, which has earned us the disrespect of the whole planet Earth and being trampled upon by all. And there's nothing that you own that is sacred. Africa was taken from you.
Yes.
And wherever you live on the earth, you don't own it no more. You're a vagabond in your own home because you are a rebel against God. That's why you catching hell. You can blame the white man, but he only kicked your backside to kick you back into the favor of God.
That's right.
Yeah, I know it hurt. See, Elijah Muhammad couldn't tell you this then. Because it's hard to justify what the white man did to you. But God permitted the white man to kick us, to burn us, to use the fire of his wicked nature to purify us and bring us back so we could become supreme servants of God after our fall. We are Adam that rebelled and fell. And you don't have your original powers anymore. And when Master Farad Muhammad appeared among us, a man clothed in the original powers, then naturally we bow down because that man is superior to all human beings on the earth. And since we never knew God, it is right that we bow to this that became a father to us. And Elijah Muhammad, who became a mother to us, but they were growing us that we would bow down to none but Allah, the originator of the heavens and the earth. It's wonderful. So, beloved, the Indians have experienced the same thing. 16,000 years ago they rebelled. Now look at them. Tribes. All over North America, little tribes and little nations. Their language is confused. They can't talk to each other in the tribal language. They're the same people. From here all the way to Central America, all the way to South America, the white man kicked they behind, from North America, Canada, down into Central America, killed them all out of the Caribbean. Indians, your people, they are original people just like you, but they rebelled and they lost their original powers. So at some point, God is going to turn mercifully to us. And this is why you say in your prayer, surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah. But you don't turn on your own. There's got to be somebody to help you turn back to God. And that's what Elijah was. He was an axis around which we could turn the children's heart back to the Father and the Father's heart back to the children. Do you hear what I'm saying? I couldn't turn back to God except I had a power turning me. None of us turn back on our own. Without Elijah Muhammad, I wouldn't have turned toward the light of Master Farad Muhammad to turn all the way to the originator of the heavens and the earth. But I'm turning now. And as you turn back to God, he turns back to you. And all of a sudden, a change comes over you. Your heart changes, your mind changes. You become a new individual because the stench and the curse of your rebellion is being removed. The Indians have that curse of rebellion on them, and you and I have it on us. And God made another rebel beat the both of us. Yaqub was a rebel. I'm not going to go into it. Just drop it on you. You think about it. Yaqub made the white man. Brought him right on out of us, and you cannot deny that the white man is a new man on our earth. He did not come from Mother Earth. That is why he don't respect the Mother Earth. That's right. He came from another human being, and he does not respect the human being that he was grafted from. But even though he was an evil influence, yet there's a good that's coming out of it. But you see, it takes maturity to see good in evil. And if you say it before time, you think someone has rebelled against the word of God. Look in this flag here. No, sit there. See that crescent? Yes, what is it on? I'll put it like this. Hold it up, dear brother. That crescent is in its first part. Hold it straight out. Let them see. Right. Now that moon, that's in the flag of the universe. When you look up at night, you look for the moon.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing. But when it was created or made, the maker of that had an ugly thought in his mind. Look at this now. You didn't hear me. If the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said 66 trillion years ago, a man, a scientist, wanted to get all the people of the earth to speak one dialect, and because he couldn't do it, he decided to destroy the totality of the planet. So he drilled a hole into the then called moon and filled it with high explosive up to 2/3 of it and set it off. And that setting off of the earth splitting. You got a part over here that's called moon and another part called earth, and the moon lost its water to this part. And everything on that part called moon died. But it was that death and that destruction that caused good to come up, because now the moon equalizes the waters of the earth, because the moon is trying to get back the water that she lost. And now the moon is a means of reckoning. You reckon time by the moon and your cycle by the moon.
Yes.
So that which started off with an evil design from an evil scientist, yet God's supreme goodness overrode the evil, and he permitted the evil to bring about a greater good. So what am I saying by that? The white man was made for evil purposes. But out of the evil that he was made for, something good is going to come out of it. And so, beloved, the time has come that the Indians and the blacks now struggle to find unity. And when you say Indians, you mean the Mexicans, because they're really Indians too. Just the white man has influenced them with his European culture, and they call themselves Mexicans or Chicanos or whatnot, but they're all the same people. And at the root of the Mexicans is the old Mex civilization, which is black civilization. You got it?
Yes, sir.
And so I leave you, beloved, saying that the trial that brought about the unity is deep on many levels, but they were facing death up there. And the leader of the Indians did not want me to come, because he did not want the responsibility of my being killed among the Indians if the whites decided to attack on the 6th of July as they had said. He sent a message to me not to come, but I had given my word, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that your word should be bond. And you should strive to make your word bond. I know we don't always do it, because we're weak, but we must strive to make our word bond or don't give it. And each of us in some way have given our word and failed on it. And when we fail to live up to our word, we breach conduct between the two people. And we begin to rupture what could be good relations. And if we break our word with God, we'll break our word with man. So I went. And the night before we were to go on the line to face whatever the enemy was going to bring, I went to the Indian chief and I brought him a little packet of tobacco. This is what you do with the chiefs. And I requested for him and I to go into the sweat lodge together. Sweat lodge, called the Anipi, is something like a womb. I told you about it before, where they just heat rocks till the rocks are hot, and they put the rocks in a hole in the earth, and they put wood, bend the wood in several directions, and they put canvas over this so that no air and no light can get in. You crawl in, then they put the canvas down where there's no light and no air, but the air is already in there, and you got heated stones. Then they pour water on the stones, and the heat gets so unbearable in there, I mean, it's like death. In fact, you think you're gonna die. You go in there macho, you come out something else, because there is no macho in the womb. And I went in on the 3rd round. Third. The brothers who were with me went in for 2 rounds, and on the 3rd round, I was to go in by myself with the chief. I had been in there before, and it was a tough experience to stay in that environment for an hour and a half, I thought I was going to die. And I probably did. I mean, that's some experience, brother and sister. And I went in there this time. There were 14 rocks already there from the 2 rounds before. And he said, brother, I don't think it's necessary to bring the other 14 rocks in. He said, I'll just bring one more in because this rock just split before you came in. And in the splitting of this rock, it means that we don't have to go through the same kind of rigorous thing. And then he didn't use the word rigorous. Then he brought that one rock in. And I mean, that rock was glowing. Put it on the other 14 that was still glowing. Then he took some cedar out of a bag. And he said, brother, I want you to put the cedar on the rock. Now, I know when they put the cedar on the rock before, smoke came up and it frightened me because there already was no air. And then when you put smoke in there, you know what I mean? And this thing gets rough, you know. So he gave me a handful of cedar. And I took the cedar and I spread it on the rock. And when I put it on the rock, instead of smoke coming up, I mean fire came up out of the rock. I mean, just rose up. And he said, brother, that's another sign that power is with you, and therefore we don't have to go through. See, in other words, this is a purification ceremony, you see. We don't have to go through with all that others are going through. Then he said, close the flap down. And when he closed the flap down, he took his drum, and he said, this is a song between you and me. It's a warrior song, Brother Farrakhan, because tomorrow I may die, or you may die, or we both may die. But I want this song to be between you and me. It's a death song that every warrior has, that when he sees the hour coming that he may die, he sings this kind of song. So he sang this song in this sweat lodge, and meanwhile pouring water, he poured water on the rock, and heat is going around, and then he's hitting the drum. And when you hit the drum on the inside of that womb-like structure, it's like your head is pounding like this because you're in a womb. And he sang the song so sweetly. And then he began to pray. And after he prayed, I prayed. And as I prayed for the black and the red, knowing that both of us had rebelled, and that the whites themselves were rebels, and even as we were in this anipi being purified and the heat of the stones were put in, I said, oh Allah, it is like the nature of white people whose hearts are hard against the truth, like stone. And the fire of their temperament has been heated. And the water of your wisdom on a race who is hard against you. They have used their wisdom for evil, but in the evil they are purifying the black and the red. And that Indian brother said, brother, when he pulled the flap down, you could see the red of that stone glowing among all the others. He said, this is the way it was in the beginning. In the beginning there was the black, and there was the red, because all around us was blackness, and in the center was the fire of the red. It's tough. And then when I started to pray, and this is, he broke, and I could hear him cry. And at the end of the prayer, in fact, before the prayer ended, he said, "Ho, taco api," which means, you know, open the flap. And he said, you can continue your prayer, but it's not necessary to go any further. You know? And when I finished my prayer, he said, brother, as an elder and a chief, I am not allowed to weep in front of the warriors. They must always see me strong. But when we, the elders, are in a service like this, we are allowed to show our weakness in the presence of our equals. And he said, you are like that to me. And he said, if I die tomorrow, I feel that there's someone that will carry on. That means that under that trial, in that anipi, a bond between that chief, that medicine man, that spiritual man, and a bond between Farrakhan as a representative of the Nation of Islam, the 17 million with the 2 million Indians under trial, and there's yet a secret. And from that point on, I mean, the Indian elders on the land came, and they allowed me to speak on the line. And the elders came and embraced us. And now they want the black and the red to come up. And they want to do business and establish business with the black man. Not thieves and criminals, but righteous men. And so on Wednesday night, on this coming Wednesday, I want you to come out and hear why the move to Big Mountain could be the most dangerous move that we have made, and why the government will be frightened by black and red coming together, and what they will attempt to do to drive it apart. When I told Ernie after we came off of that line that I was going to leave, he said, I'm relieved, because there's nothing more that the enemy would like is that you be killed by an Indian in order to rupture the growing relationship between the black and the red. And so when we come together, the lost members of the original nation, there's a power that emanates from the black and the red. And you will see a new America coming up out of this union. And the third party, which is the number one rebel, who was made to purify us, if it pleases Allah, he too can be purified. That's hard for you to take. But that's all in the lessons. But he must be killed. Why does Muhammad and any Muslim murder the devil? Because he's 100% wicked and will not keep and obey the laws of Islam. He's a snake of the grafted type. And if he's allowed to live, he will surely sting someone else. It is not that the white man as a physical person can do that kind of harm to you, but the way the white man was taught by his father absolutely makes him an enemy to all humanity and an enemy to himself. And unless that is in his mind, out of which comes racism, sexism, materialism, greed, avarice, and the destruction of humanity, unless that mind is killed and unless he accepts to die on the spiritual plane, then he will have to be killed outright on the physical plane. And that's why the Mahdi has come, to kill him, to put him to death, because his time is up. And I stand between death and his life. And if he or the Jews feel that Farrakhan is such an enemy that they have to get rid of me, then that means that God will absolutely get rid of them. This is their last chance. This is the last trumpet you will hear before you hear the other one from the wheel. Not accident. Earthquake hit California. 6 on the Richter scale. Bigger one coming. A lot of death and destruction coming your way. God is after you. You sing the song. I hear him call by the thunder. I hear him where? Deep within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. All of you know this. Ain't one of you in this audience that has not been clocking your own rebellion and the punishment that comes from rebellion. So I say to all of you in the Nation of Islam, all of you that have left the nation, nobody needs to touch you. When you are out in that world, you're out in a world that is called in the scripture the wailing and the gnashing of teeth. And in your rebellion, the world just gnashes on you until you start wailing. And when you recognize that it's because you denied something that you should have followed on up on, then all you got to do is turn back to God and come home. And your fortune will change. I don't want to call it luck, but your fortune will change when you stop your rebellion and come home to God, and you will start becoming a more beautiful person. Every day that you live in obedience to God, you will be more and more beautiful. Thank you for listening. May Allah bless you as I greet you in peace.
Thank you.
And just when you think the message has reached its peak, Louis Farrakhan makes it even more personal. He says the greatest mistake people make is waiting. Waiting for signs, waiting for catastrophe, waiting for something dramatic to prove that prophecy is real. But according to him, the proof isn't coming. It's already here. He argues that wars, economic instability, social division and moral confusion, these aren't random headlines. They're birth pains, indicators that an old world is struggling to survive while a new one is trying to emerge. And here's the controversial claim. He says the wheel is not just a weapon. It's a sign of mercy, a final warning before irreversible judgment. Meaning what? That destruction is not God's first choice. Correction is. But if correction is rejected, history shows what follows. So Farrakhan frames himself not as a doomsayer, but as a messenger. And messengers, he insists, are always hated before they're understood. So, what do we do with this warning? A leader claiming physical contact with a higher power. A reinterpretation of biblical prophecy. A warning aimed directly at the most powerful nation on earth. You don't have to believe it. But you can't deny its boldness, because this isn't a casual religion. It isn't soft spirituality, but a declaration that history is not accidental, that power answers to something higher, and that humanity may be closer to a turning point than it realizes. Whether you view it as revelation, symbolism, or controversy, the message forces a confrontation with one question. What if the signs we dismiss are the ones we were told to watch for? If this challenges your perspective, that's the point. Drop your thoughts below. This conversation goes deeper than headlines and surface reactions. Do you see prophecies, political strategy, psychological influence, or something else entirely? And if you want more deep explorations into speeches that blurs the line, subscribe and stay connected. Because whether the wheel is metaphor, mystery, or manifestation, the debate isn't ending anytime soon.